Hello everyone, my name is Natalie Costa and I am part of the Zoono family program working as the education expert. So today I wanted to share with you 7 tips that you can use to help support your child to feel a little bit more motivated and to boost some of those positive feelings, because I know that there has been a lot of change and uncertainty that's currently been taking place. So tip number 1 is to reframe the language. Often I'm hearing children say, I have to tidy my room, I have to do my work. So shifting that language and changing the have to's into I get to. So I get to tidy my room so that I can find my toys, or I get to do my schoolwork so that I'm able to go and play outside. Using that opportunity of shifting the language and reframing the language, should I say, puts us back into that space of gratitude, where we look at those things that we don't want to do into something that we get to do, and it shifts us into that space of empowerment. Tip number 2, exercise or movement. Now, when we are obviously at home, children are used to being at school where they have got a lot of time and space to burn off energy, and that might not be the case at home. So bringing small little moments of exercise or movement in throughout the day is a really useful way to shift their energy and also kind of change the state, as I say. So whether that is that they get to do some jumping jacks or running on the spot, or perhaps jumping on the trampoline, kicking the ball in the football, seeing how many wall press-ups they can do in a minute, maybe having like a 5-minute challenge, and each minute is a different exercise that children get to choose what they do. Anything that gets them moving and changing their state, which elevates those feel-good feelings, and it also lowers those levels of cortisol and the stress feelings that we feel. Something else that I sometimes encourage children to do, which is tip number 3, but leading on from the exercise, is creating a power playlist. So this is when everybody in the family gets to choose a particular song that they like, that makes them feel positive, happy, upbeat, and almost like musical statues, just choose to play a random song in the middle of the day. Obviously, granted, when nobody's on a conference call, but again, it's something that when that song goes off, we've all got to get up, we've got to shake about, we've got to dance. And again, that's a really another useful way to shift the energy, to change our state, and perhaps to get us where we're perhaps feeling a little bit lethargic, to get us back into that space of feeling a bit more vibrant and lighter. Tip number 4 is gratitude. So in this time that we're in, it can be really easy to focus on the negatives, or to feel afraid of what's happening, or to worry about things. So let's shift the focus and look for the things that we are grateful for today. And I'd encourage children, to perhaps, and adults as well, to write down little things throughout the day that's happening that they feel grateful for. Maybe my brother helped me with my spelling, or I'm grateful that the sun came out today so we could go for a walk outside. And recording these and then collecting them either in like a glass jar, or they can write them out in a book. But every day, encourage them to look for new things that they are grateful for, that you can then reflect upon and discuss and speak about as a family at the end. The next tip I wanted to share is something called creating a smile jar. So if we can end the day strong by gratitude, the smile jar is where we start the day strong by setting a positive intention. So this is a really nice activity that will keep children busy for quite some time. Is if you have strips of paper, just cut out into little strips, and children to write down positive intentions that they'd like for the day. So simple examples include, today I choose to have a good day. Today I'm going to use kind words. I'm going to look for the good in my day. I'm going to help others today. I'm going to look for the good in others today. Anything that sets a good intention for the day. And at the start of every day, you get to choose one of the intentions, you read it out, and keep that at the forefront of your mind. So we start the day strong and we end the day strong. Another tip to share is putting on your positive glasses. Now, what do I mean by this? Very often when we are within challenges or things are difficult, and this obviously doesn't just relate to the situation that we're in at the moment, but often I'll work with children who would find, parts of the academics challenging, or perhaps after school clubs are difficult, or meeting new friends could be something that's difficult. And so it's very easy for our brain then to only look for the negatives in the situation, for all of the things that's not working, for all of the things that are hard. So shifting perspective by putting on a pair of positive glasses where we look at the situation but through a different filter. So recently I was working with a little girl who was really upset because it was her birthday during this situation that we're in, and she was upset because she wasn't able to have a party. She wasn't able to invite her friends over, and I know many children have experienced the same thing. So we explored the negatives, and her list was that she said, I'm not going to see my friends, I'm not going to have fun, fun activities to do, and I'm not going to be able to celebrate it with all of my friends that I have. But then we looked at the positives, and she said, well, there are 10 days to my birthday, so I guess I've got some time to make really beautiful decorations. I get to celebrate the day with just my family, because normally when I have my birthday, there's so many people there that I don't always have time to just celebrate it with only my family. And finally, when all of this is over, I get to have another birthday. So that means that I've got 2 birthday parties. So she was able to shift perspective, and she was able to change how she felt about the situation. And Mum recently emailed me to say that actually her daughter is now excited and looking forward to her birthday, which wasn't the case a couple of weeks ago. And then my final tip is focus on what is within your circle of control. Very often, and this is for parents and children, is when we feel worried or overwhelmed, we are consumed with a lot of things that are not within my control. So a lot of children have been telling me that they feel worried because what if I get sick? What if my family members get sick? What if I never see my friends again? And so they're worried about a lot of things that are not within their control. So let's look at what is within my control. I can control how often I wash my hands. I can control the food I put into my body. So by choosing to eat food that's going to keep me fit and strong and keep those soldiers in my body strong to fight off diseases, I might not be able to see my friends, but I can FaceTime them. I can't control, who's going to get sick, but I do have control over who I speak to. So maybe I can speak to my grandparents every evening over FaceTime. I can't help all of the people that are getting ill, but can I do something to help my mum, whether that is giving something to the food bank or perhaps going on a chore with my mum. So really shifting that focus again, and instead of worrying about all of the things that we can't control, let's focus on those things that I can control within this moment. So there you go. Those are my 7 top tips to help you and your children stay motivated and boost those feelings of happiness and those positive feel-good feelings during what is a very stressful and challenging time. Thank you.